Let's start the session. Already last session we discussed about TypeScript architecture. We discussed about TypeScript architecture. Yeah. So last session we learned about two important feature points about TypeScript. We discussed about what is TypeScript and what are the features of TypeScript and architecture, TypeScript architecture. These are the basic things we learned in a TypeScript related session. So we started learning TypeScript because TypeScript is the language that you need for Angular. So Angular uses a language called TypeScript. That's the reason we have to learn this language. So basic functionality of TypeScript we already discussed. Means what is the architecture and how TypeScript works. Yesterday into the GitHub repository, I posted a architecture related diagram and the notes that we discussed related to TypeScript architecture. Next, today we are going to understand how do we start with TypeScript? How do we work with TypeScript? The language basics. That means today we are going to learn how do we setting up environment for TypeScript. Setting up environment for TypeScript. That means how do we start working with TypeScript? What are the contents we need to install? And what you need to have in order to deal with TypeScript. Before starting the language, first we need to set up the environment to work with that language. So what you need initially to start with TypeScript, those we will see today. First important, in order to start TypeScript, you have to install Node.js on your PC. Install Node.js on your PC. Actually, we are installing Node.js for a package manager. So manager called package manager called npm. A package manager called npm. Usually, if you don't know about package manager is a software solution for installing library on your PC. It is a software solution for installing library on your PC. That means a developer needs a lot of libraries. Suppose I want Bootstrap. I want a Bootstrap library. I want jQuery library. AngularJS library. So whatever the library that we need as web developer, those libraries, actually installing those libraries on our computer, it will take a lengthy process. For example, if I want to use Bootstrap, then what we have to do is, if I want to use Bootstrap, so we need to open the official website of Bootstrap. Suppose you know CSS Bootstrap, like getbootstrap.com. This is the official website of Bootstrap, right? And after opening this getbootstrap.com, next what we have to do is we need to download Bootstrap. When you download Bootstrap, it will give you the zip file of library. You have to extract and copy the files, go to your project and create a specific path for it and paste all the files there and then access the library. Similarly, if I want jQuery, if I want AngularJS, if I want any other library, we need to visit the site, we need to download physically, we need to copy into our computer, then enable it. What is the facility? What is the specialty of package manager? Is nothing but package manager is a software that provides commands. Through the commands, you can install library. You run the commands, they will connect with their servers, download the library for you, and copy into appropriate location so that you can start using that library in your project. So like NPM, so many package managers are there. Various package managers are used. Various package managers are used by developers. Like we have so many package managers. Like we have NPM, like we have Bower, like we have Ruby Gems, like we have NuGet. So many package managers are there. And NPM is the package manager which is regularly used by our Angular people and other web developers. You can use any, it doesn't matter, any package manager. So NPM is a special package manager that actually even Angular people regularly use this package manager. So that's the reason you better install this NPM. And NPM is a package manager that usually you will get from Node.js. So you have to install Node.js on your computer. Then you will get a package manager called NPM. Through NPM, you can install Angular library, you can install TypeScript library, you can install jQuery library, you can install Bootstrap library. Any library you can directly install by using this package manager. So you can go with any one of them, right? Now, important is how to get this Node.js package manager. You have to visit the official site of Node.js, nodejs.org. That is the official website of Node.js. This is the official site of Node.js. In the Node.js official site, I will give you direct link. You will find other downloads. Click on that other downloads and you can see in the other downloads, you will find the downloads for Windows, Mac, and other operating system services. Because it is cross-platform, for any platform you can download. Important is if you are using Windows, then you use better download Windows MSI. It is a Microsoft installer. Installer means it will open a step-by-step guidance. It will guide you step-by-step and install the software that is required for you. Just you have to follow next, and finish. So I will give you the link here also. That means what we have to do is first visit this URL and download .msi. So for your Windows PC. If you are belonging to any other operating system, the concerned setup file is available. installer is available, you can use it. The concerned file is available, you can use it, right? That you can define anything, right? For any, you see, if you know Ubuntu, you see the website here, there is source code, you can download that source code, right? And you know in Ubuntu how to install it, right? The packages and softwares. Additional platforms, you can see all other platforms are available. You can download for any operating system in the world that you have, okay? Right. So now next important, after downloading and installing the library, once you finish it downloading and installing this library, the next step we have to get it for, we need to check whether it is properly installed or not. Yeah, if you have already installed, make sure that you downloaded and installed the latest version. That means, so make sure that install Node.js 10 plus. Anyway, it is 10 plus, it is enough. If you have installed already Node.js and it is 10 and higher version, then okay, continue, no problem, right? If it is not, then make sure that you have installed the latest version of Node.js. Okay, right. So because the 10 and higher versions are all required for our Angular related applications. Okay, initially install Node.js for your PC. You can get it from this particular URL. So download and install. Download and install from msi.msi. Okay. After installing, you have to verify whether it is working properly or not. So verify whether it is working properly or not. So verify installed Node.js and npm. How do we do that? You have to open command prompt. In the command prompt, you have to type from the command prompt, you have to type node-v for Node.js version and npm-v, that is for npm version. So open the command prompt on your computer. In the command prompt, you have to just run node-v, that is the Node.js version, 10 and higher version I am having, and npm-v, that is the node package manager version. If it is showing it is not a recognized command, that means your installation failed. Once properly check whether you have successfully installed without any error prone, right? Right. Generally what happens is, if there are errors in your installation, then you try these commands, it will say it is not a recognized command, right? Fine. Don't ping any messages. At the end, I will get back to you. Okay, right? So every day I don't need to tell that, right? First listen to the concept. At the end, I will get back to you. I will clarify your doubts, right? For every point, don't ask a question. Keep all your questions with you, and towards the end, I will get back to you. Then you can ask whatever you want, right? Related this concept, what we learned. So you install Node.js, and this is the process. You have to verify whether Node is having the correct higher version 10 above and npm is ready or not. So once the Node.js is ready, npm is ready, right? Now, second step is you need to install. Second point is, once you install this, second point, you need to install install TypeScript. Install TypeScript. So TypeScript latest version, TypeScript latest version is 3.9. 3.9. Just few days back, 3-4 days back, the new 3.9 release. Earlier version was 3.8. In 3.9, what are the new features added? How to use it? I will tell you step by step. So once we start working with TypeScript, I will tell you what is this new options available in 3.9, because we are going to learn that 3.9, right? Whatever the latest version is there, it is a stable release. So we have to install that stable release, TypeScript. How to install TypeScript? It's very simple. You have to open command prompt and type the command. You have to type the command npm install -g TypeScript @latest. Actually, G is global. Actually, global. Global means one of the problem you will face while installing TypeScript is, one of the major issue is, whenever you are installing, then what happens is my voice audible to everyone? Are you facing an issue in that? Then yes. Then whoever have a problem, once check from your side, right? Because from my side, it is everything is clear, right? You can check from your side, Mr. Usman. Okay, fine. Let's continue, right? So G is for global installation. That means actually one of the main problem is, if I don't use G, then what happens is the TypeScript will be installed only for the drive that you are currently in. That means, for example, you are in C drive. It will install only for this local drive. And in another drive, if you are trying to create a project and run the project, it cannot handle, it cannot work. So from any drive, any folder, I must able to handle it. That's the reason install as global. So what you have to do here is, you need to say npm install -g and TypeScript @latest. That is the command you have to run to install latest version of TypeScript. So TypeScript, once it is installed, so it is downloading and it is installing the library, the latest library from its repository. It connects to the server, downloads and installs the TypeScript library for you. So once TypeScript is installed, we need to check the version of TypeScript which is available. Actually, if you are facing difficulty in installing any package, you can visit the official website of npm npmjs.org. This is the official site of npm. This is npmjs.com. This is the official site of npm. You can go to this website and you can search for your package. You can search for your package. The package is TypeScript. I am typing TypeScript and I click on the search button. Then it will get the information about the package you are looking for. So just you can TypeScript and you can see it will show the TypeScript package. Click on the TypeScript package and you can see the TypeScript package. This is the TypeScript, and it will give you here installing process from npm how to install npm hyphen install npm install hyphen g TypeScript. Latest will get you the latest one, right? There are any problems, if there are any issues in that particular package, all the issues, everything are defined here. What are the limitations and issues for every package, they are given here. You can get more information from this location about that particular package, right? So here TypeScript successfully installed, and you see it says that it is successfully updated because already I have it and I am installing that. And you can check like this. What you can do is tsc hyphen v. That means it will get the TypeScript version. So to check whether it is installed properly or not, so that means you can check the installed version. So by using the command, you can use the command tsc hyphen v. By using the command tsc hyphen v. So you have Node.js installed successfully. You have TypeScript installed successfully. Actually, this is enough. You can start working with TypeScript. But it is always good to have an IDE so that you can easily build, debug, test, and deploy applications. Actually, this is enough. You can start working with TypeScript. But it becomes very complex. So you can have an easy environment for building. But I will show you both techniques. How to start working with TypeScript end to end. I will show you that point, how we can start working with TypeScript end to end. And how to do it in a simple way by using IDEs also, I will show you. Now this is enough. If you have installed Node.js and you installed TypeScript, now we can start working with TypeScript. I will show you the raw method, how we can work with TypeScript. Let's do that. That means now once everything is ready, means all the environment is ready, how to use TypeScript, how to run, compile, how to work with it, we will see. For that, what you can do is this, remember, I am telling you a complete basic approach without any specialized editor. We are discussing. That means you don't need to install any editor. You can use simple notepad, you can work with it. But it is easy for a developer to handle the language if he is working from IDEs. What are the IDEs? I will tell you about the IDEs. What are the IDEs? We will discuss about the IDEs, right? Right. Now, important here is how do we work with the complete process step by step. Let's see. That means once these are ready, now next step, what you can do is, so working with TypeScript in a website. Working with TypeScript in a website. I will show you the process, how the process works actually. So working with TypeScript in website. Remember, I am not showing you any specialized editor. Later I will tell you. So the basic approach, how to do that. How we can create a website and how to use TypeScript for that website. The basic process, how it works. Let's see. First point, if you have learned HTML, JavaScript, or any web technologies, I think many of you have learned how to create a website on local servers, how to handle the websites on local servers. Now, the process I am showing you, how do we do that? If you don't know, it's fine. You can see now and you can try this. First point, what you have to do is, so make sure that first you have to make sure that your computer have a web server installed. Web server. Make sure that your computer have a web server. Web server means it can be like a Tomcat. It can be like IIS, Internet Information Services. IIS is Internet Information Services. Or you can even try XAMPP servers and other types of servers that you learn in your PHP or something else, right? You need to understand about that. Yes. You can install from any package manager. You can use any web server that you know, right? I am showing you the basic web server, which is available in every computer. For example, otherwise you have to download, right? Actually, that process I will tell you. Make sure that your computer have a web server. Actually, where you will every Windows PC have a web server called IIS. Every Windows PC have a web server called IIS. It's have a web server called IIS. Right. If where to check it, you can go to control panel. Open administrative tools as administrative tools, and look for IIS, means Internet Information Services Manager. That is the web server. Every Windows computer by default comes with a web server called IIS. If you have Windows in your computer, that means you have a web server. I will tell you. Open control panel. In the control panel, this is control panel items. In that, go to administrative tools. Actually, control panel, sometimes it will be category wise. You better switch to icon wise, large icons, small icons. In that, you will see administrative tools. In administrative tools, you can see IIS, Internet Information Services Manager. This is IIS, Internet Information Services Manager. This is web server. Sometimes, if you are unable to find, that means if your PC is not having that IIS, if it is not having that IIS, then what we have to do is, if the PC is not having IIS, then what you can do is, so here one point is, note is, if IIS is missing in your control panel, then add from programs and features. I will tell you how we can add from programs and features. So go to control panel. In the control panel, you will find programs and features. Programs and features is the location from where you can install the programs, uninstall the programs. Go to programs and features. In programs and features, left side, you will see there is an option, turn Windows features on or off. Click on turn Windows features on or off. Then you can see here in the list, it will display IIS, Internet Information Services. In your machine, it may be unchecked. Make sure that it is checked and select it and you click on OK. Then automatically IIS will be added into your computer. If it is added, you can find it in administrative tools. In administrative tools, you can find IIS, Internet Information Services. If it is not available, if IIS is missing in your control panel, then add from programs and features. What we have to do is go to programs and features, click on turn Windows features on or off, then select Internet Information Services, then OK. So if it is missing, if it is not there, if it is there, then it's fine, you can continue with it. So make sure that your computer is having a web server. Okay, fine, we have a web server. Once we have a web server, now test your web server. How you can test your web server working properly or not? How you can test the web server properly working or not? You can open browser, and type the following URL. What you have to type? http://localhost, or you can use IP address http://127.0.0.1. That is a common IP address for your local server. Every computer, the common server IP address. Otherwise, you can use localhost. Sometimes what happens is, actually the meaning of localhost means you are accessing from the same machine where it is installed. If you are accessing from some other machine, then you know that we can use its IP address. You test your web server properly working or not first. You can do that by open any browser. In the browser, go to the address bar. Here type http://localhost and hit enter. Now it will show you the IIS home screen, Internet Information Services. This is the web server home screen. That means the server is properly working on your machine. You can try IP address also. What you can do is http:// you can type like this. You can use 127.0.0.1. That is the IP address. It is common IP address on all your computers. This IP will work, and hit enter. Then it will start and show. You can use localhost or you can use this IP address. So first step is make sure that your computer is having web server. Second step, it is not the port number is not required. Port number is not required because port number is required if there are multiple servers configuration, right? As of now, port number is not required. Just type localhost. If already your server is defined on a specific port number, usually the default port number will be 8080. Port number is not required. Directly this is enough, right? And you know how to deal with in your port numbers. Suppose you belong to some other technologies. Yes, default it is 8080, right? Yeah. Now port number not required. Directly you can test it. Okay, fine. That means now web server is ready and it is working fine. Now what we have to do is we have to create a new website on local server. We have to create a new website on local server. How to create a website? Technically, website is a virtual directory. Website is a virtual directory on web server. Creating a website on local server means we are creating a virtual directory. We have to create a website for our practice, so that all our practice will be in that website. Our HTML, CSS, Angular, everything we can manage there. So we will create a new website. On the local server. How to create a new website on local server? I will tell you. First point is open local IIS. You can open local IIS by using run inetmgr. That means IIS you can open in shortcut. Originally it is present. Actually it is present in control panel, tools, administrative tools. In administrative tools you will have IIS. Instead of that shortcut, you can open run inetmgr, then it will start the server. This is the local web server. Then it will start that local web server. Right, fine. Now important is the local web server is ready. Once the local web server is ready, once you open the local web server, is there any problem in my voice? Any problem? Okay. Now it's okay. Is it okay now? So fine. Right, fine. Okay. Let's continue. Right. Just bear for this day. Right. Tomorrow it will be fine. No problem. Right. Fine. So some network issues, because once we start the register sessions, we make sure that there are no issues, because Zoom load will have some issues sometimes. So from past 3-4 days, we don't have any problem now, right? So sometimes it will be, you can continue, no issues, right? Right. Hope you are following the points. Are you clear about the points? Are you clear about the points? Yes. Fine. Okay. Right. Fine. Let's continue. Now see, we have to first understand how to create a new website on local server. How do we create a local server website on server? Open your IIS and you see this is IIS, shortcut of opening IIS. After opening IIS, so you can see this is my server name. Some server name is there. You can observe there is a virtual name here. The virtual name of my server is virtual name is http://localhost. That is the virtual name. Open this server. You will see there is a sites folder. Open the sites folder. Open the sites folder. There is default website. Default website is the location where you have to maintain your websites. Remember, default website is the location where you have to maintain your websites. You have to maintain your websites in this location. So what you have to do is right click on default website. You have to right click on default website and select an option, add virtual directory. Technically, website is a virtual directory. You have to select add virtual directory. I will select add virtual directory. It is asking what should be the website name. You can give any website name. So how do we create a website? Observe carefully. You have to open IS, expand local computer. Expand local computer, that is http://localhost. After that, what you have to do is expand sites folder. You have to expand sites folder. After expanding sites folder, you have to right click on default website and select the option add virtual directory. Add virtual directory. Select the option add virtual directory. Virtual directory is actually adding a website. Add virtual directory. It will ask here alias. Alias is nothing but site name. What you want to give the name for the site. Alias is the site name. You have to define the site name. You can see it is asking the site name. You have to define the site name. For example, I will give the site name as TypeScript online project. Some name. You can give any name. So TypeScript online project, some site name. Temporarily, I am giving like this. I am giving TypeScript online project. And it is asking the physical path. It is asking the physical path. Physical path is nothing but for this website from where it has to get the files. HTML, CSS, TypeScript, JavaScript, all the resources for this website from which physical path they have to come. That you have to define here. Physical path, remember, the physical path must be a path which already exists. So don't type directly the path if it is not exists. And select the path. Path is in C drive. I will maintain a separate folder. Folder name, I will give the same name, TypeScript online project. That is the name, TypeScript online project. And say OK. And that is ready. TypeScript online project and TypeScript online project, C drive. That means actually this is TypeScript online project, that is the virtual name. It is asking physical path. Physical path means from where the files for this website will come. That we defined here, TypeScript online project. Same name you can give or different name, doesn't matter. Capitalization doesn't matter for website names or anything. So now after defining, then click OK. Now your website is ready. Remember, every website will have physical path and virtual path. Your website virtual path, site virtual path is like this. It will be like this. How it will be? http://localhost and the TypeScript online project. That is the virtual path. You will have a physical path. Physical path. Physical path is like this. The physical path will be like this. Physical path is equal slash TypeScript online project. That is the physical path. Developers will have a physical path where they will keep all the resources for that website, and users will have the virtual path through which they can access our website. So a website comprises of virtual path and physical path. Virtual path is used by our users to access our website. Physical path we cannot give to the users because this is where all our resources are present. Then how they can access our resources? Through that virtual path. So your site is ready, but it is currently empty. Nothing is there. So once try this now. Open here, open browser and type here. Open browser and type here. Open browser and type here. What is multiple physical path? What do you mean by multiple physical path, Mr. Ankit? Is there any sense in your question? Fine, you can continue today. Tomorrow you will not have a problem in that, right? One drive and another drive. What do you mean by one drive and another drive? You keep your question with you. I will come back to you. Right? Right. So at the end, I will solve your problem. Okay, fine. Let's continue here. Now the point is here. Virtual and physical path both are ready. Let's go now. Let's go into the virtual path and try this. I'm typing here http:// and our project is TypeScript online project. TypeScript online project, and hit enter. Obviously it will show an error. Error is nothing but, so what is the name? TypeScript online project, right? We haven't created that. I will click OK. Currently it's not created. It is created now. I will refresh. Obviously you will get an error. Error is very simple, clear. It says that there are no contents in this directory. That means you created a website, but website is empty, nothing is there. Now tell me, as a web developer, every website will start a startup page. What is the name of the startup page? As a web developer, every website starts with a startup page. Tell me, every website, what is the startup page? Yes, index.html, index.html, index.html. Index.html, good, right. Index.html. Every website starts with index.html. That means now we don't have any index page for our website. Let's create an index page for our website. That means website is ready. After website is ready, now let's create an index page for website. Create an index page for website. How you will create index page for website? I am not using any specialized tools now. Later I will use those tools. Initially, you can simply open Notepad and create new HTML document. So let's open Notepad and create a new HTML document. Doc type HTML. So HTML and head and title I will just keep as home. TypeScript home. So I just given like this. Yeah, and close the title and close the head section and the body. In the body and HTML, just roughly. In the body section, I will keep a heading TypeScript online project. Close the heading. Now save this code into your website physical path. What is our website physical path? In C drive, TypeScript online project. That is the physical path. And in that physical path, you have to just give the file name as index.html. You know that HTML files will have the extension .html, index.html, and save. That means you have to open Notepad and type this code. After typing the code, then you have to save into website physical path. Website physical path. Physical path. By name. What is the name? Index.html. By name index.html. Now, once you saved the index page, now refresh your website and see. You can see website starts with that page. It is working fine. That is working fine. So that means now your website is ready. It's working fine. But now where is TypeScript? Where is TypeScript? HTML is there, CSS will be there, everything will be there. This is the general straightforward approach for creating, right? Everything is there, but where is TypeScript now? Means I need to add some dynamic coding into it. Code also we will. Let's see how to create a TypeScript file. How to create a TypeScript file. So this is working fine. That means now your website is having an index page. Your website will start with that index page. Now let's create a TypeScript file for project. TypeScript file for project. What I will do is I will open the folder. I will open the physical path. Our website physical path is C drive. In C drive, TypeScript online project. In TypeScript online project, there is index page. I will add a separate folder. I will maintain a separate folder. In the folder, I will give as code. Code is the folder name. You can give any name. Just I am giving code as the folder name. Okay. Now I get a code here, means some dynamic code. Then how do we define the dynamic code? Dynamic code, generally what happens? So let's open Notepad again. That means what you have to do. So for this, create a new folder. Create a new folder into project, into in physical path, in project, in website physical path. And what is the folder name? Folder name is code. Website physical path code. Now open Notepad and type the code, TypeScript code, because we haven't learned TypeScript yet. So no worry. Whatever you know in JavaScript is available in TypeScript. You try it. Whatever available in JavaScript is available in TypeScript. You can try it. Later I will tell you TypeScript syntax. As of now, we haven't learned anything about TypeScript programming, but we are just practicing the approach, how it works. That reason, whatever you know in JavaScript, you use in TypeScript code. How to type here? See, what I'm doing is I'm opening Notepad. In the Notepad, I'm just writing some logic. But I will just MSG is equal to some welcome to TypeScript. That is message. Actually, it is a variable. You can use var, you can use let. Those all you are going to learn in language. Don't worry. So currently, I am just using the basic JavaScript inside TypeScript only. Later, we will learn about TypeScript coding and syntax and everything. Now don't worry about that. That you will understand, right? Now after that, I am writing simple. So you can print output. I am writing document dot write. Document dot write. So welcome to TypeScript. Welcome to TypeScript. That I am writing. This is a general code. Whatever the code you written, you save in a TypeScript file. That means open Notepad and type this. Save into the physical path. And where I will go to the code folder. In the code folder, right? In the code folder, here we are saving as welcome.ts. TypeScript files are saved with extension .ts. TypeScript files are saved with extension .ts. That means welcome.ts. And I click OK. So TypeScript file is ready. Remember, in TypeScript, I am not showing any TypeScript. I am just using the basic JavaScript logic only. Later, you are going to understand TypeScript approach, syntaxes and all. Initially, this is enough. Now, I saved a TypeScript file. That means what we have done here. Open Notepad and type the code like this. Var msg is equal to welcome to TypeScript. Okay, fine. After that, what we done? Document.write. Document.write. So msg. We are printing that message. Whatever message there, we are printing the message. So here document.write, you can simply print it, msg. Okay. So that is a simple logic here, right? Okay. Now save this. After that, you have to save. Save into code folder, by name, welcome.ts, this TypeScript, welcome.ts. That means I have to save in welcome.ts. Already it is saved. You can see in code, the TypeScript file, .ts file is present. So it is showing welcome.ts. It is showing welcome.ts. This is the TypeScript file. So can I use this TypeScript file directly in any HTML? I cannot use the TypeScript file directly in HTML. We cannot use the TypeScript file directly in HTML. Then what you have to do is, we cannot use the TypeScript file directly in HTML. Then what we have to do is, we have to transcompile into JavaScript. We have to transcompile into JavaScript. That means the TypeScript file need to be transcompiled into JavaScript. After compiling, what you have to do is transcompile TypeScript file into JavaScript. We have to transcompile TypeScript into JavaScript. How we have to transcompile into JavaScript? What we have to do is, for that we have to go to the prompt, TypeScript project, TypeScript online project, in that code folder. In the code folder, already we have welcome.ts. Now you can observe here, I will go to that location. So the location is this. The location is this. So directly you can open the location. It is easy. How? In the Explorer, this is the TypeScript file location. Type cmd, it will open in command prompt. Now here already there is a file. There is a file welcome.ts. We have to compile it to JavaScript. Then we have to just run the command. What is the command we have to run? Just we have to type here tsc and welcome. What is TSC? Yesterday I told you in the architecture. What is TSC? What is that TSC? So what is the purpose of that TSC? TSC is a transcompiler, standalone compiler. It is a standalone compiler. Am I right? It is a standalone compiler. Yes, yes. then it will convert into JavaScript. It will convert into JavaScript. Once run this and see TSC welcome.ts, TSC welcome.ts, and hit enter and hit enter. So it is successfully compiled. It will compile into JavaScript. That's ready. You can see now you have welcome.js, welcome.ts, and welcome.js. JavaScript file is generated. So that means when you run this command, what will happen? So it will generate, this will generate. So this generates, generates. What it will generate? Welcome.js. Now you can use this welcome.js. Use welcome.js, welcome.js in your HTML page. How to use this in HTML page, you know now. How to link a JavaScript file in HTML page, you know the process. But it is present in code folder. That's important. Suppose I want to link, I will create a new file now. Yes, you know the process. So we have to use the script element, yes. Now what you have to do now? You have to use the script element. Through the script element, you have to compile it. Right? That means I will go to our index page. In the index page, instead of showing this message, I will link that. I will remove this. That currently index page is empty. So that means I will save this, and currently index page is empty. Now I will link the JavaScript file. In the head section, I will link the JavaScript file. Script source is equal to. So script source is equal to, it is present in code folder. In code folder, welcome.js, that you have to link and save it. Script close. Save this, and once refresh the code, and you can see the output will come. Welcome to TypeScript. Welcome to TypeScript. This is how we can work with TypeScript. That means we have to link in the HTML file. We have to link in the HTML file. We return TypeScript. After writing TypeScript, we transcompiled into JavaScript. After transcompiling into JavaScript, we link JavaScript in our HTML page, and we are executing. That is how actually TypeScript works. So directly you are not going to use TypeScript in your HTML page. You are going to use JavaScript, but the code is right. The file name is TS TypeScript. TypeScript is not understandable to browser. Na? Browser will understand JavaScript. After transcompiling, it generated JavaScript file, na? Welcome.js. Have you observed that? And you have to link that JavaScript file, not TypeScript file. If you link TypeScript file, it will not work. Browser can't understand TypeScript file. Browser can understand JavaScript file. I hope everyone is clear. Everyone is clear, huh? Right? Actually, this is how TypeScript works. But nobody will tell you like this starting of TypeScript, because if anybody tells you like this, next day everyone will run away. Nobody will come to my session. Why? Because you will feel like, what is this lot of confusion, right? That's the reason nobody will try to tell this approach. They will simply say that I install a editor called Visual Studio Code, open, create a file, right click and run. Am I right? That is not the right way to understand the technology. That's the reason I am showing both approaches. That means I haven't used any specialized editor. I am using only Notepad, and everything done perfectly. But approach is very lengthy. This is how we do for real world development process to understand the complete architecture, end-to-end complete architecture. So first time it looks a little bit confusion, because if you are new to web development, but already people who are involved in web development, they know what is a website, they know what is a web server, they know how to create websites, they know about the pages. They need to know only the point how to create a TypeScript file, transcompile to JavaScript, and use that JavaScript in the code. I hope everyone is clear. But don't worry, If you feel any confusion in this, I will explain one more time tomorrow. Okay? If you feel any confusion in this, you try this today. I will post the notes into the GitHub. You try this today. Okay? If you feel any problem, then I will let you know about it. Right? I will take care about that, right? I will see what the problem you are facing and I will let you know about that. But actually, every day we will not do like this. Tomorrow, I will tell you about how to use specialized editor so that we can do the development in a simple way. Okay, na? I hope everyone is clear. Right? Tomorrow, I will tell you in a simple way how to install an IDE, from IDE, how to build the application and do it. But this you need to know. If you can try this and successfully achieved, that's great, good. That's great, good, right? And if you are not able to handle this, no problem. I will explain one more time tomorrow. If you have any difficulty in this, then I will show you the simple approach that we do every day. That is using editors and building the application. Right?